We are here in the Lone Star State of Texas today, going to be walking around. Excuse me. Just had some Whataburger. However, so we're going to be walking around Austin, Texas today, capital city of the Lone Star State. We're also going to be heading towards the capital, the Texas Capitol. Learned the Uber driver dropped me off 1.5 miles away from the Capitol building, so we're going to have our little walk, and we'll probably finish/end at the Texas State Capitol instead. But so here, I'll try to give you guys a little bit of a view real quick. Once we get by some of these trees, we will check out what's going on.
And that was
I got my bags and stuff, so it's going to be a lot of stuff to carry today. But so I'm here for this wedding I was talking to you guys about. And yeah, we're here in Austin, Texas. We're going to be hanging out with you guys, taking your questions. We were at the U.S. Capitol yesterday morning. Now we're at the Texas State Capitol, I believe, which is even taller, the tallest state capitol in the country. So going to be checking that out. And Benny asks, did you buy the oil yet? Yeah, I got 500 barrels back in D.C. So we're going to be well off. Come here soon. But regardless, how you doing, Benny? Nice to see you again, man. Yeah. So yeah, everybody. So this morning, I had a buddy drive me from D.C. to the Baltimore airport, and I didn't sleep at all. I slept on the plane, flying to Detroit, then flying to Austin. But I pulled an all-nighter editing content for you guys. We're going to have a bunch of clips firing out the next couple of days. Because this is probably going to be one of the only times I'll have a chance to be with you guys in a live stream this weekend. I'll have groomsmen duties and all that good stuff later. So, but we are walking towards the Texas State Capitol as we speak. The Uber driver dropped me off 1.5 miles before. So we're just going to have to walk the rest on foot, make the rest of the trek there. So if you're just now joining the stream, would love if you hang out with us for a little bit. We talk politics on this channel all the time. We were at the U.S. Capitol in Washington, D.C. yesterday morning. Now we're at the Texas State Capitol in Austin, Texas today. So we're going to be taking your questions, hanging out with you guys once again. Got a couple of comments here. Clanker Plays 101 says, I like coffee and water. I concur. I love hanging out. Politics is messed up, man. And then Vinny says, wisdom 3x, leverage, Brent crude, long interactive borders, or 3x leverage. Hey everybody, if you're just now joining the stream, leave the video a like, hit that subscribe button. We're out here going to be taking your questions, hanging out with you in front of the Texas State Capitol. Here once we complete our journey that way. So going to have some fun content for you today. So yeah, if you joined us yesterday morning, you knew that we were at the U.S. Capitol in Washington, D.C., and today we're at the Texas State Capitol here in Austin, the Lone Star State, the tallest state capitol in the country. I believe it's taller than the U.S. Capitol in D.C., I know that. So, but the Uber driver dropped me off 1.5 miles before the Capitol, so we're going to make up the rest of it on foot, talk politics with you guys once again today. Always love doing that. So If you were here a couple weeks ago, we did an episode on the Texas primaries that occurred Tuesday, March 3rd. Talked about John Cornyn and Ken Paxton. They're having a runoff here come May 26th, I believe. Yeah, so. Bumblebean 6951 says, "Are you Bill Clinton?" Nah, man. Yikes! These like people almost just got ran over by a car right there. So, yeah, always got to be a little careful wherever you're out walking around. Clanker, is Lyft better than an Uber? Well, actually, so I wasn't a Lyft so I misspoke. I was in a Lyft, and the Lyft dropped me off. I just called an Uber, like taxi, and it is wonderful weather we are having, though. Like, probably don't need the hoodie, but my hair's a little messy. Everything's just kind of a little junky right now, so. But yeah, we are here in Austin, Texas, going to be hanging out with you guys. I had my first ever Whataburger earlier, so I got a cheeseburger there, and I enjoyed it. It was a fine meal. Bug says donated $115,200. That's very kind of you. However, I don't believe my channel is able to accept money. I'm working that way. I need so many watch hours, and I'm over 500 subs now. See, everybody, if you were watching yesterday, we eclipsed 600 subs. Actually, we had a strong live stream yesterday as well in front of the U.S. Capitol. So, and if you are new to the channel, would love if you gave the video a like, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. That would be another awesome way you can support the channel. So, yeah, and thank you guys for being here and hanging out for a little bit. Kiara, hello, says hi. Hello, thank you for joining the stream. Today, we are heading towards the Texas State Capitol. The Lyft driver dropped me off a mile and a half early for whatever reason, so we are going to be making up the rest of it on foot, which is fine because I just had Whataburger as well, so cancel out some of that Whataburger. Shortcake says hi. Hello, Shortcake. Thank you for joining the stream this afternoon. Happy to have you here. Hope you're doing okay. Happy Friday. Made it to the end of the week, guys. And I'm gonna have to take this hoodie off. I'm starting to burn up. Shoot. I'm kind of in a pickle a little bit. Let's just continue grinding. Hello from Australia. Very cool. Yeah, we're heading towards the Texas State Capitol in Texas right now. Going to be hanging out there with you guys, taking your questions. So if you're new to the channel, new to the stream, post these live streams several times a week. We walk around the country now. Usually we're in Washington, D.C., but you have the Texas State Capitol right up there. I believe that's what it is. So that's where we're heading towards today. So excited to be here with you guys. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free. I'll get the poll question running here in a second. There we go. Let's get this out there. Give you guys something to nibble on. Let's see. Shortcake says looks warm. It is very warm. Yeah, I gotta get this hoodie off. Didn't realize it would get that hot here. Yuck says, have a nice pre-weekend without the men in black. Thank you, dude. Yeah, I'll be wearing a tie tomorrow. I'm in a wedding tomorrow, so I'll be back men in black style tomorrow, but I get a day off today. Skin suit says do a flip. I'll do one right into this little waterway right here. No, I'm just playing. And then talking about says Chuck Norris died today. I did see that. Yeah. That's pretty crazy, isn't it? I was on the plane and it came up on the little television screen. Silver says, yo, a few hours ago, two of my friends and myself explored a forest behind our high school park and infiltrated a gang militia area thing and saw sniper giants, heard gunshots and war drums. What do I do? I'd call the police immediately. Yeah, call 911 or remove yourself from the situation as well. Definitely don't want to be in. That sounds like a sticky situation that you might not want to be around. Okay, good, Johnny. Yeah, call the police. Make sure you're away from the situation. Alert school personnel like the principal and the school sheriff, the resource officer as well. And as long as nobody's in immediate danger, I think you're okay. So.
Right.
Yuck says, no, I'm not support Donald Trump. Shortcake agrees, says dial 911. Bear says, hello, Bear. What's going on with you, big man? Happy to have you on the stream this morning. We are in a different location today. We're here in Austin, Texas, instead of Washington, D.C. for once. We're out here walking around, taking your questions once again. The Lyft driver, however, dropped me off a mile and a half before the Texas State Capitol. So I'm walking that way, but I need to take this microphone off though. Here we go. Got it. Now I need to get this hoodie off. Yeah, got a comment. You're almost in my neck of the woods. I'm on the Texas coast. Very cool, very cool. Here we go. Should be much better now. Here might be a little bit of a mess, but it's worth it with how warm it has gotten in the last just couple of minutes here in downtown Austin, Texas. So all right, getting my stuff back up. Sorry about that, guys. Yuck says, I'm Singaporean. Support your citizen talk every day. Thank you very much. And Shortcake says, you're very handsome. Thank you, Shortcake. You're too sweet, baby. Yes, thank you very much. Making me blush a little bit out here. But, all right, we're going to hit the state capitol building here at some point soon. Well, maybe not soon. It could be another 30 minutes or so at this rate. So probably not that long. Ugh. Bear says, oh, LOL. Hey everybody, if you're just now joining the stream, happy hang out with you guys on this Friday morning, or afternoon, I should say now. We're in downtown Austin, Texas. Walking around, going to be checking out the Texas State Capitol here soon. Our Lyft driver dropped us off a little too soon, and we are not anywhere near the state capitol building, so we got a little ways to go first, but that's going to be okay. We're going to make it. Bear says, go live from 6th Street tonight and say hi to Miss Kim for me. Alrighty. I'll try to check that out if we have time. I'm not sure where any of these dinners are I got to go to off the top of my head, but if we're around there, maybe we can try something real quick. And then Shortcake says, enjoying the sightseeing. Sam Adams says, America first and not Israel first. Agree, brother. Yep, we are America first on this channel. David Moore 7170 says, good afternoon, nice haircut. Thanks, bro. Yeah, I got it for this wedding in particular that we have this weekend. So we are here in Austin, Texas now. Quickly approaching the Texas State Capitol building here in Austin, the Lone Star State. Shortcake says, my daughter be flying over July, grandson and baseball team. Yuck says, do you know update information about Elon Musk reaction about war? Haven't seen that in particular. Would love to check it out though. Shortcake says, agree, America first. Someone says Pakistan first. Whoa. All right, we are watching, kind of keeping track of Kentucky as well. 13 and a half minutes left in the game. They're up by 2 with the ball. So Tears of Prayers says, why the hell ain't you reading my comments? Well, I read Pakistan first, and I'm not going to read the one about how your bottom is disgusting. Bear says, go to the new Scientology Center and act interested. Do you know where that is? So I'm on here. I'll tell you where I am, Bear. I'm on 2nd Street and Congress. So that's all I really know. I know if I keep going to, if I stay on this Congress Street, eventually, I think the state cap is like right here or something. So I'll nail it eventually if I stick on this street. I just gotta stick with it here for a little bit. Ron Winant says, hello, looks beautiful there. Absolutely. Thank you for joining the stream, Ronwin. It is a gorgeous day out here. Cool Cat 3032 says, pray for the peace of the Holy Land of Israel, the land our Lord Jesus Christ. The Bible tells us to take care of Israel always. Skeeter says, how's the weather in Texas? Are you folks getting record high heat from March like we are in Nevada? So Skeeter, I will admit I'm not from Texas. This is actually the first day of my life I've been within Texas, within its borders. So I did check the weather this morning. Someone advised me to on the airplane. And it looked, for this time in March, it was looking like it was going to be high 80s most of the week. So that wouldn't surprise me if that's a record for sure. What's the weather in Nevada currently? What are some of the records being broken in the Silver State? Prayer says, pray for Pakistan. It's a heavenly country. We are against terrorism. Cool Cat says, pray for the peace of Israel. Sam Adams says, has. Shortcake looks a bit like Washington, or Mark says, you know what Zionists are? Then Yuck says, no problem, keep walking for your health. And then Beetle says, no, not after the new covenant with Jesus. I don't know why you think you need to honor the people that killed Jesus, who don't exist anymore either, or exist anymore by the way no one in Israel has the original tribe's DNA. It says 1 of 100 American families, 1 out of 100 American families, how many of them are millionaires? What's your guess?
Also 400 feet.
Let's go with 1. 1 or like a half. Shortcake says, wait, no, sorry. Lightning says just 1%, laughing, crying, laughing emoji. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yeah, probably, yeah, like 1 to 2% at most. Prayer says, in Pakistan, we are all millionaires. Laughing says, including all of their assets like cars and houses. Well, that kind of adds something. I still wouldn't say much higher than 2%, probably, though.
It's not.
Laughing says, yes, Pakistan is the world's richest country. David Moore says, in Pakistan, you guys are all millionaires. You should try working on some air conditioning. Ha. And Z says, good morning. Good morning, Z. What's up, big man? We are here in Austin, Texas. We're heading towards the Texas State Capitol. We're going to be answering your guys' questions in the Lone Star State's Capitol building, or around it, I should say. Hanging out with you guys. If you guys were here on the stream yesterday, we were at Washington, D.C.'s Capitol, or the nation's Capitol, hanging out in Congress, taking your questions there as well. So definitely, if you're new to the channel, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. We host streams like this 4 to 5 times a week, if not all 5 weekdays, usually plus a Saturday as well. So it's my first time ever in Austin, so a little excited to check things out. I'll be kind of glued to groomsman duties up to a point, but I'll still have some free time, like right now, kind of check things out, because I am excited about just exploring. I've never even been to the state of Texas before, so. Bear says, you crossed the Colorado yet? I'm on 6th Street now, 600. Here's maybe some reference for you. Oh, that place is a dispensary. I just got a whiff for that. Goodness gracious. Did not mean to show that, everybody. Ha. Laughing says, or Matten says, yeehaw, Austin. Laughing says, if I would give you 500,000 US dollars, how much can you make it from that every month? I heard Washington, D.C. has some high per hour wages. In some fields, you can make a lot of money. But the sad thing is, a lot of people just steal from the taxpayers, pillage the rainy day funds. Seth Gilligan says Trump. Shortcake asks where I'm from. We are from, originally I'm from Indiana, but I'm more based in Washington, D.C. right now. Z asks, how was the flight? Flight was good. It didn't sleep much, except on the plane. When I was waiting around in the airport, I stayed up. So we should have a bunch of mini clips firing out this weekend. I won't have much time to do edits, but a lot of stuff ready to launch today and tomorrow and Sunday at least. So we'll have some content out for you guys. Still, Kita says, oh well, low tree never hurt anyone. I agree. David Moore says, have you tried out the barbecue in Texas yet? I haven't yet. I chose my first meal to be Whataburger. I went to Whataburger. I'm not sure if I just clowned myself with that choice, but I chose Whataburger. I never had Whataburger before. Shortcake says, LOL, go back joking. Huh. Keita says, Texas brisket sounds so good. Hey, Keita, welcome back to the stream. Haven't seen you in a second, but glad that you are back. Happy to have you, part of the community. Bear says, Texas has the best tacos and barbecue. Laughing says, in the USA, if you make 10,000 US dollars, how much can you save every month on average expenses? So let's say you make 10 grand, but you're going to have taxes. So let's just say that's 2,500. So let's say a quarter of your paycheck goes straight to the government. So now you're down to 7,500 bucks. Let's say you have a decent place, you have decent priced rent. So let's say it's 1,500 bucks a month for rent. Let's say another 100 for Wi-Fi and water. So 1,600 there. So you're down, you're more 6,400 range. And then depending on other expenses and whatnot, maybe you have a car, so that's probably another set bill a month. Maybe you have student loans, you need to eat. So even if you're the most disciplined and never go out to eat or never buy alcohol, you still got to pay. That's another couple $100 at least for food. So if you make 10K a month, you can net a couple thousand probably, but that would be a lot of money there. So, but it's possible. Good question though. We'll get to some of the other questions. Man, it's hot out here. I'm going to be sweating my ass off today because I'm also carrying these heavy crates of baggage and luggage. Oh, gotcha, shortcake. Yeah. Huh. Ordered burger. It's pretty bad these days. Yeah, I thought I thought it tasted good, but it wasn't like, wow, I've waited 26 years of my life for this burger. It wasn't anything to write home about even. So, all right, guys, we're almost here at we're almost here at the Texas State Capitol. We were at the Washington, D.C. yesterday, but we have made it to the Texas State Capitol here, finally. Let's read a couple other comments. Bear said, did you like Whataburger? I thought it was okay. Z says, Whataburger takes so long every time I go. Always like 25 minutes. Yeah, it took a good 15 minutes at least. And they seem to be understaffed. Like they had one guy that was at the register and delivering food out to people. So they seem to be a little down on numbers today. Shortcake says 700 week rent here. Keita says, damn, my rent is 2,200. Ooh. Yeah, rent just kind of varies. Right now, I'm not paying all that much, but it still seems expensive. She says that's wild. My mortgage is $800 a month. All right, everybody. Got some good comments going. Got a good little stream going so far. Just a reminder, if you're brand new to the stream and then join this conversation, you should definitely hit that subscribe button, leave the video a like. We have just made it to the Texas state capitol here in the Lone Star State. On the show, we've talked about the Texas primaries that occurred March 3rd, I believe, between notably John Cornyn and Ken Paxton, the incumbent senator and the incumbent attorney general of the state. They advanced to the runoff election come May 26th, but right now we're at the Texas state capitol hanging out. So here, let's get a little closer. Also got to put this bag down too in my backpack. Shortcake says time for Australian hot take. Syrup packed high with ice cream, strawberry, fruit, mouth-watering. Yep, but I'm a sir. It sounds good. All right, nice. We have arrived, everybody. I'm gonna put my shit down right here. Ugh. Probably shouldn't leave those too far behind. So, Kita, we are in Texas today. I have a wedding here this weekend. So, I'm gonna be in Texas the next couple of days. I won't be on it much in terms of the page. I'll be on this stream today, and that might be it until probably Monday, honestly. Excuse me. Excuse me. My apologies, everybody. At least I believe this is the building. So we're gonna chill a minute here on this park bench. We'll take your questions right here. Shortcake says thanks for the walk and all, and says good night. All right, good night, Shortcake. Definitely subscribe if you haven't yet. We would love to have you on the next stream. Thank you for hanging out with us today. Bear says bless you. Thank you. And Kita says, I miss me a good old shotgun Texas wedding, LMAO. Jeffrey Turtleman says, used to be you. Hanging out in Texas. I'm just here for a couple of days, but let's move my bags a little closer to this bench so it doesn't look so weird. Okay. Why? Do you think the phrase beating around the bush came from the Bush family? Oh, my guess is it probably existed prior, but maybe it was universally used and performed, became more paramount and mainstream. Gita says beating around the bush came from the hunters all back in the day. Man. No, where I was up for joking around here, David. You're good, big man. Oh, excuse me. Ouch. Just got my ear popped. Gita says same as one in hand as better than two in the bush. Bear says $8,000 bar bill for alcohol at my wedding. Oh my goodness, bro. Maybe you have some. Yeah, you you and your buddies were able to get after it that night. Sounds like a very fun wedding. 2030 says Trump the pants pooper. Z says apparently it came from hunters driving birds out of bushes. You see, I'm not sure if you guys can see from right here, but like right behind the flag, there's like, it looks like Bear. Do you know who or what is on the very top of the Texas State Capitol? Is it Lady Liberty? I know it's a taller state. It's a taller Capitol building than the U.S. Capitol building. I know that. And I think we can go inside. It looks like as well. I'm not sure if I can go in with my bags. 4983 says the Texas Capitol was beautiful. It is, man. I just here for the first time ever. We're here hanging out. Looks very nice, actually. Hey everybody, if you're just now joining the stream, would love if you gave the video a like, hit that subscribe button. We're out here talking about politics with you all, taking your questions, talking about Joe Biden and Donald Trump and bar tabs for weddings. We talk about a little bit of everything in here, so would love for you to join us for future streams. Z answers with Goddess of Liberty is the statue. Okay, very, very cool. Thank you for checking that out. Kita says it's nice seeing people calm and no madness going on like in DC. Bear says I Googled it. Goddess of Liberty. Awesome. Thank you for double checking. And then 021 says, has the 021 love to Trump from 80 million Iranians? Maybe we can go inside. That would be really fun to visit inside and check things out inside. Let's see. Yeah, I know I have my bags with me because I can't even get into the hotel for a couple more hours. So the hotel's like not near here either. Tracker 001 says, hi, hello. Hello, nice for you to join the stream today. Happy to have you here. Z says you should interview one of those Iranians on stream sometime. They seem to find the stream a lot. Absolutely, yeah, we've cracked a good chunk of Iranians who will hang out here in the chat with us. 221 says, wasn't it weird how Elon emailed Jeff and begged to go to the island for the, quote, wildest parties? Luther says, thus, this is my stream now. And David Moore says, he was denied, saying he was too creepy hilarious. And then Luther says, let's talk about Capricorn. And Bob, I'm not saying I support Trump, but I definitely hate the Democratic Party policies. This is what the Democratic Party is not getting. Maybe here, if we can't go inside, we can check out some other. Let's walk around the fairgrounds for a second. David asked, do you think they are distracting from a collapse that's bound to happen? Not all the way. Well, potentially. Who knows? Who knows what they're hiding from us ultimately at the end of the day? Okay, so we're going to head over to this horse statue here. In commemoration of the valor of this 8th Texas Cavalry, better known as Terry's Texas Rangers, Provisional Army of the Confederate States, 1861 through, that looks like 1865, erected in 1907 by surviving comrades. Hey everybody, if you're just now joining us, we are here hanging out outside of the, Texas State Capitol. Low tired today, been doing a lot of traveling. Flew out from Baltimore got at the Baltimore airport at about 11 o'clock last night and only slept a couple hours on the flights today. So we're going to be doing all we can, hanging out with you guys here in Texas. Needed to do a stream. "221 says, wasn't it also weird how Trump ran the Miss Teen USA pageants during the same time frame? He was best friends with Epstein, and how Trump on Howard Stern said he would walk Trump into the changing rooms. That's a little creepy. Here, let's see if we can go inside. Maybe there's a back check or something. Yeah, we're going to find out here in a moment, though, regardless. No. Maybe it's going to be a hassle, but we might be able to go inside with these bags. Stay away from 24-hour Mexican seafood restaurants while you're here, bro. Will do. I'll stay clear. Sorry, good man. Sorry, I just came from the airport, so I still have all my stuff. Yeah, sweet. Then like phone and stuff in a separate little cubby. Cool.
Tell your fans another team.
Yeah.
Hold on a second.
Yeah. All right, guys, we're going for a ride real
Make
quick.
sure pockets are empty.
Okay. And watch belt. Okay,
Yeah,
keep
watch
on.
the
Okay, cool. Yep.
Turn around for me.
Yep. Thank you. Thank you, sir. All righty. All right, ladies and gents, we are in within the Texas State Capitol now. Holy cow. George W. Bush, the 43rd president of these United States of America. Also got, let's see if we can recognize some of these other individuals here. Hey, hi, hey everybody, if you're just now joining the stream, just a quick little reminder where we are. We are in the Texas State Capitol here in Austin, Texas. We're going to be giving you guys a little tour of the Capitol building here. Some pretty cool stuff so far already. So definitely want to make sure you leave the video a like and hit that subscribe button so we can have the stream. More people can see the stream. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Uh, Joey says John has a long mustache, and Slothman says I supported Trump before this Iran thing, but yet is still nobody after. Jeff Hope says Donald Trump is the best president we've ever had. Got a couple comments. Oil says Trump 28. Leak says I'd rather have Trump than Kamala. Samash here says make America great again. Priest says you goose stepping around when you said that. We're going to head up to the second floor of the Texas State Capitol, hanging out with you guys here today in Austin, Texas. Wow, check this guy out. We won't keep moving around, but the Texas House of Representatives. Texas State House of Representatives. Holy cow, this is really cool. Alan says hi. Hello, Alan. 6311 as well. Slothman, how are you doing? Tiny Lion Gaming, hope you're doing okay as well. Yeah, I hope you're all having a fun day out here. Happy Friday. We're here in Austin, Texas, at the Texas House of Representatives, the lower chamber, and the Texas state government.
Also, that they represent population right now. The House represent 124,000 people each. Over in the Senate, they represent 1 million people each. This is the largest room in the entire
So yeah, that's pretty cool, guys. Wow.
Jess also said she would help too.
See, that was the Texas state house right there. And now we are heading towards the Texas State Senate. I'm going to head in the Senate chamber as well. Yeah, kind of. So I'm in Austin just for this weekend, but again, married. So I figured we would have some time. We could do a quick little live stream, go to the Texas State Capitol. Because yesterday we were in Washington, D.C. We walked around the D.C. Capitol, walked around, took your questions outside of there as well. So, yeah, yeah, it is a pretty trippy carpet. I guess if you're just joining the stream, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel as well. We travel all over the country to different political events, different topics. So we're out here hanging out with you guys in the Texas State Capitol today.
Now, when it comes time to vote, their name is called. When the name is called, they'll either voice vote, yea or nay, or they will vote by finger. So one finger for yes, two fingers for no, or three fingers for the president without voting. And then the secretary.
Priest 6311 says, are you going to the mothership while you're in Austin? Is that I can check it out. But I haven't heard or don't have any plans right now. That's Joe Rogan's. Oh, okay. Maybe. I'll have to try maybe Monday. I'll be here most of Monday, maybe Monday or Sunday afternoon or something. We'll try and make it though. Oh, yeah, I have to put up the phone. So no tour. Darn, that stinks. Okay. The Senate gallery doesn't want phones, so we won't go to the Senate gallery. We'll be respectful. And now we're up another level. And it's expensive, huh? David, what are you going to protest in Chicago? Sam says, hello, Sam. Welcome to the stream today. Glad to have you around. We are now at the Texas Supreme Court courtroom. Here, I want to show you guys a little bit of the courtroom. their Supreme Court room. Pretty cool stuff here. There you go. My old name says, "Hello, Mr. Walker. I'm watching from the island." Hello. Glad to have you on the stream once again today. We're a little change of scenery today. We are hanging out at the Texas or the Texas Capitol building. We've been walking around several stories now. We've been in the state house and the state senate as well, and now the state Supreme Court building. We're going to try to go up an additional floor for you guys. So yeah, so it doesn't want cell phone use either. So we won't go in the looking chamber. Sam said, "I'm not a Texan. I'm just here for the weekend because of a wedding. So my buddy's getting married. So we're going to be here hanging out with you guys a couple of days." All right, check this out. So now there's the top of the whole thing. Yeah, pretty crazy, isn't it? Pretty cool stuff. Ernie says past his jail time. And 6311 says, "Do you guys have packs of roving friendly domesticated doggos on the island?" Hot, man. Oh my gosh, yeah. Uh, somebody says it's for it forever 35%. Z says, "Go up there and kiss Lady Liberty for good luck." Yeah, give Lady Liberty a big old smooch. So yeah, already up to 206 votes on the poll today. About 2/3 of you do not support Trump. Just a little over a third of you guys do. That's our poll results for the time being. Wow, so cool up here. This is I guess the Texas State Capitol. What are the odds? Gotta do it again for new people. He says, approval looking rough. I Burgundy pressed yes. Sam says zero chance. I think Jokind is insider use to pass information to Carlson. Carlson further. Russian and Iranians, your thoughts? Yeah, I'm not too sure about that either. We're going to start heading back down some of these steps here. I think so too, Sam. Yeah, honestly. What happened to the camera? Sorry about that, everybody. Got lost some service in this building here. Here, we'll go and check out some of the. Oh, gosh, man, I can't stop sweating. It's so hot in this building. I don't know if it's better outside or inside. All right, hey everybody, I'm gonna make a new stream. This one's starting, it's kind of giving me a little bit of a rough time. So I'm just going to make another stream. I'll be back in like 1 minute or 2 minutes. BRB.